Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 38 of the Oak Life Show. Solo episode today, because I've been recently inspired. My buddy Kenny Kane, who I just really like him. He's the owner of CrossFit LA, out in LA, obviously. Just had some really interesting thoughts that I heard through him, and just I want to share this with you because I feel like sometimes with all the information out there in the world, on the interweb, stuff like that, that stuff gets misconstrued and gets messed up. And you as the person with one of those cellular devices that gets this information gets confused and gets puzzled because you're not getting necessarily the best information in the world. So if I can for a second, I have a little Venn diagram. The history of fitness. Not that you care, but I'm going to share this with you. Back in the day, we started with just the Globo gyms. 20, 30, 40 years ago. Okay, we had weight equipment, we have cardio, they're under the same roof, but they're kind of separate. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Great stuff. Enter, 15, 20 years ago, this world of functional fitness. Okay, boot campy stuff, CrossFit stuff like that, where now all of a sudden these people start yelling at Globo Gym people and say like, hey, I can get my workout done in 45 minutes. It takes you, 2.5 hours, and I get more out of what I'm getting than what you are. And then the group that's always kind of been around is the strength conditioning group, like the, collegiate or, professional sports, trying to get people bigger, faster, stronger, specifically for, a specific purpose, like knowing that, hey, you need to play middle linebacker and you have to have this skill set, or hey, you're a marathoner, you need to be, optimally at this body weight with this much, whatever, in order to get somebody to optimize their performance that way. And so everything kind of overlaps here, but the bad news is that within this fitness scene, what people have done in order to market their product, advertise their product, sell their product, is they put their little flag in the sand and they say, hey, this is the circle that we belong to. And then they say everything else sucks. This is what we do. This is the best thing in the world. And that stinks, and that stinks, and that stinks, and that stinks because it's not us, because we do this better than everyone. And that's a shame. And that is a real shame. Because if you look at what's going on within this world of fitness, you have people within the functional fitness community, CrossFit community, bootcamp, who are stealing stuff from strength conditioning, where they're now putting in strength cycles and other smart ways in which to progress people, in movement, that really strength conditioning figured out a long time ago. That they knew that 7 sets of 2 will give you a very different stimulus than 5 sets of 10. So depending on what stimulus you're looking for, these guys have kind of stolen from the strength and conditioning crew. But then it's worked the other way too, where strength conditioning coaches now are throwing in some metabolic conditioning, at the end of workouts. And instead of just doing random running, they have them doing tire flips and slam balls and push-ups and just put it in a Metcon type style, stuff that they weren't doing, that this wasn't happening 15, 20 years ago. Maybe the tire flips and stuff, but prowler pushes and whatnot. But like there's a lot that they have then stolen from the functional fitness people. Globo Gym people, you can see, because Globo Gyms are now adding on functional fitness places, to have some type of like CrossFit-y thing going on in the corner, which is fine. You can see how they're borrowing, but then at the same time, from a functional fitness standpoint, sometimes those workouts, those functional fitness conditioning workouts, are really tough on the body, and you get older and you get tired, and sometimes maybe the best thing for you to do, I know the best thing for me to do some days, because some days I'm a little pooped, that I'll come in and I'll just an easy lift session and then be done, or a easy row, or go for an easy run, and really separate out and not always have to blur it into the functional fitness, kind of craziness. So it's interesting because everybody's kind of stolen from everyone, and really the sweet spot for the majority of people is probably right here, hence my smiley face right in the middle, is probably kind of borrowing from a little bit of everybody and being smart with what you do. And, understanding that, hey, some, high intensity interval training, functional fitness style, is probably a pretty good thing for you. But if you want to throw in some periodized, strength, or movement stuff, so you're able to not just do battle ropes but improve at battle ropes, or not just do push-ups but eventually get those push-ups into handstand push-ups, then hey, we might need to do some progressions here, and some smart progressions. Okay? And then at the same time understand that hey, this is not a thing. You can't go out and necessarily kill yourself, unless you're under the age of 30 or 25, every single day, and you might have to just mix in just some easy light lifting, and or maybe some separate cardio, or maybe there are days where your elbows are really really hot from just sore, little tendinitis and whatnot, and maybe just some nice high rep bicep curls to flush some blood flow to that area is maybe the best thing for you. So you kind of have to be smart here. So I just love what Kenny said about this, and I give him credit here because he's a genius when it comes to this. But to understand like fitness as a whole, and what people need to be doing in which to take care of themselves, because what it's not is just a stake in the stand and saying this is what I do. Stake in the stand, stake in the sand, flag in the sand, saying hey, this is what we do, this is the greatest thing ever, and everything else stinks, because that's a shame. That is a gosh darn shame, and we're too smart for that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, don't believe everything you hear on the internet, even though this right here is going on the internet. So maybe you should believe this, or maybe you shouldn't. I don't really know. Guys, episode 38. Thanks for watching.